What's going on, folks? Jevon with Faith here, obviously. And yes, we are back on YouTube. Sorry for not uploading for the longest time, but honestly, it just got to me where I completely forgot doing the videos and everything. And with my schedule outside of the podcast and stuff, I just didn't really have the time and energy to deal with all the other information going on. So, and all the tasks I needed to do. So, it really got to me and I didn't want to do it, but I'm obviously uploading this and I'm gonna hope to stick to a consistent schedule here on out. So I apologize if your form of listening is through YouTube and that I didn't upload the episodes, but link in the description for all anywhere else you can follow the show and listen in audio formats if I do fuck up once again. But sorry for not uploading the past few weeks, but I hope to stay more consistent going forward. Thank you so much for supporting the show and enjoy this episode. Oh, we are off and running on episode 181 of Left Side Heavy, the podcast. It's just the two beautiful boys this episode, myself and Hayden Barton. If you want to follow the show, find everything for the show on social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Left Side Heavy _ Please support the show and go follow. Hayden, it's good to see you as always, buddy. How you doing?
Good, man. Sorry about that little lighting issue. I know we just talked about that. Just
It's
opened up
bro.
a opened up a new tab and had to do it real quick right there.
All good. How you doing, man?
Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's been a good work week so far. Can't complain except for this god awful heat.
Oh, it's terrible, man.
Dude, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Kyler came in clutch today. He sent out a text to the group chat last night. He was like, "Hey, so you know how we work 7:45 to 4:45?"
Yeah, how short was the shift today?
He was like, "Everyone get off at 3:45 tomorrow. I'll pay you for the full day." And I'm like, this guy just always comes in. So
God damn.
yeah, I technically worked till 4 because some of the packing up got backlogged today.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, worked an hour shorter, got paid for the full day. So always
Huge.
nice to catch some of those W's because it's 35 degrees where I was working and it sucked a lot. So I had to rip the comforter off my bed and make a business decision and put a thin sheet back on my bed. So
Nice.
yeah, times are tough right now because that first sleep when we got back from camping, first
Oh.
overnight sleep, I I washed my bed sheets right
Yeah.
before we went camping, right?
Yep.
Just so I could come back to clean bed sheets and stuff. I had to wash them the next day because of how much I sweat overnight, because of how hungover I was, and because of
Jesus.
how hot it was in my room. So I didn't want that to happen again. So I slept with just a thin, that middle sheet that some people like to have on, some people don't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a non-thin sheet guy. So I had to grab that from our linen closet and use that on my bed. Now my comforter's on my floor. Business deals only. So I
There
had
you
to be
go.
done. Had to be done.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm not a thin sheet guy as well, but I do like to put the fitted sheet on, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And I think last night it's kind of clutch. Shaden has had three, or she's gonna have three overnight shifts in a row. So it's only me in the bed. So I can put the fan on just me and then have it just go to town on me, right? And
Yep.
then open up open up both doors, let some air flow in, and bada bing, bada boom. I'm chilling.
That's
So
the late.
it's nice, but yeah, definitely next year, AC will be bought.
Oh yeah, it's something.
I'm not putting it off anymore. I bought $180 cooler. Fuck it, I can buy a $350 air conditioner to save my goddamn life.
Can you only are there only big window air conditioners or are there small little guys?
Well, I'm gonna get a portable one that has like the vent that you can put like on any window,
Okay.
and I'm just
Because
gonna do that.
I might get like one of those small ones and put it because I have the small window up here.
Yeah, you
But
could
also
probably do that. You just got to take dimensions and then fill it in.
like once I move out, if I do ever move out, if I have money to move out at any point, I don't know if that's going to be a very expendable air conditioner.
It is because think about it, man. If there's ever a short supply, like last year, right, when we were working, or maybe 2 years ago, somewhere around there, but when Caleb was telling me about like his air conditioner, he's like, "Yeah, we don't even use ours because we're in a basement suite and it's cool down there anyways." And he's like, and it was just one like that's in the window. It's like I could probably sell it for $400, and it's about 6 years old.
That's
And
insane.
it's like it will retain value. You treat it
Yeah.
well, and knowing your window and how small your room is, you don't need a big one, man.
Yeah, because like I am in the basement or like ground level, I guess.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get warm. Like it doesn't get too hot, but it's like I like to be colder
Oh yeah.
than most. So sometimes just the window open and the fan, it just isn't enough for me. Like I still sweat buckets, especially on days where it's like 30 plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
So
just awful.
yeah, so some of those ACs would be like my parents' room is upstairs, and it is. I'm surprised they even get 1 second of sleep up there. I
Oh,
would be
it's
dying.
it's terrible.
But like they had to get that AC because the room is cold now because they have it. But before it was terrible. So I might invest in one of those.
That's smart.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't really need it often.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's all right. But got a busy week coming up ahead of you. What do you got planned for this week?
Oh, nothing
Anything crazy?
too. No, my dad asked if I wanted to go golfing tomorrow, but it's so hot out,
Yeah.
and I work. I come home from work, and it's like I immediately just want to jump in the shower.
Yeah.
Like I just know that my dad won't pay for the golf cart tomorrow, and not like I can't afford it, but I also don't want to walk
Yeah.
because I'm just going to be chafing at the bits.
Oh, it'll be bad.
It'll be terrible.
Yeah.
It'll be absolutely terrible. And I'd love to golf, but I also don't want to die.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
I
fair.
I don't know about you, but I actually don't like dying of heat exhaustion.
Yeah, not great.
No, not great at all.
Not on my
So
bingo card for sure.
definitely not. But other than that, no, work should be pretty chill. Can't really think of anything else that'd be too exhausting of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. What about yourself?
Got Leo's tomorrow. Back in the pizza shop on Wednesday night. So
Back in the sweatshop.
that'll be so awesome in the beaten sun next to a 500-degree oven. It'll be so nice, Aiden. I
Fucking
can't wait for it.
rights. Fucking
Uh,
rights, man.
do a nice little 6 to 10. Um, want to shoot myself by 6:10.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I honestly though I should put in more shifts at Leo's. It's just so nice coming home and not doing anything.
Oh,
Like
I
I'd
agree.
much rather do that, but tip money and everything would be nice to have because I'm going to Kamloops in a couple weeks. So like,
And you're gonna need that shit.
yeah, it's gonna be an expensive weekend. So um I'm like on track with like keeping my bills, my payments up and stuff like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
my Visa bill's high, but a big part of that is from uh paying like my car was like $400 the break, so I just like put it on my Visa because I couldn't make it to the shop in time, so I just paid it with that. So
Yep.
it's at like 700 right now, but it's like I'm keeping tabs on it and everything, so like
Mm-hmm.
I should be fine, but I might just like work for the tip money,
Oh, it's
try
smart.
and get that. It's just so hard like working because you always want your weekends to be your weekends, so you don't really want to like work extra shifts if you don't have to.
Yeah,
But
of
also,
course.
like, I work till 4:45 every day, and two of those shifts is in Metrotown and Surrey. So I don't
Yeah,
get
all you
back
want to do is just get home.
so I don't get to Poco till like 5:45.
Mm,
And it's just like, do I want to work 6 to 11 after working 7:45 to 4:45?
hmm.
Not really, but sometimes I just gotta bite the bullet. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what I decide to do. But yeah, I might go golfing on Saturday. We don't really have a full group yet, just two of us so far. So we'll see if that actually happens. But
Yeah, I tried calling again, got the same person, but I know if I can just call back and probably get Jackie, then maybe. Because Jackie's really, really nice.
I bet.
But the one guy that I talked to, he's just like he's kind of like the Stifler, you know. He wants
Gotcha.
to just follow all rules, and it's like, buddy, come on, man. You know my dad.
What's the
like
time? What's the
like
time cutoff for
10:30 is when I can start.
bro?
I know on weekends.
But
On
fudge the
weekdays I can start any time.
brother, fudge the numbers a little bit.
I know. I
What a
know.
dummy.
This is brutal.
No one likes
Brutal.
no one likes rule followers.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, totally
I know.
overrated. But yeah, that's about all I got um planned.
Decent.
Might start looking for radio jobs this week. I should probably start doing that. But
Nice.
but yeah. Uh how about we get into this episode, Hey? Enough about
ID.
us. We're actually gonna start with question of the week. Got a nice little fun one here. If you could have any cartoon character as your best friend,
Yeah.
who are you picking?
Any cartoon character?
Yeah.
I would say immediately Patrick Star, but then I just feel like we're on the two same wavelengths, and that's just not good.
That's like Bill and Ted situation.
Oh, exactly. So, oh man.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Honestly, just because I want it to stick somewhat in the SpongeBob era, I'm gonna go Mr. Krabs. Uh,
Interesting.
that guy just knows how to collect bread, and I need bread, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm gonna cheat a little bit,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go with a couple people, and I'm gonna go Phineas and Ferb as my best
Ooh,
friends.
they could just build you anything.
It's just like,
Build me a golf course,
yo,
please.
boys, what are we building? We're actually building a skyscraper. Say less.
Say less.
Do I get the penthouse? Like, oh yeah, like if I'm in that roller coaster episode, yeah, we're building a roller coaster. Bet. First one. And like you said, it's like, yeah, we're building an Augusta lookalike. Bet. I'm in.
Hell
It
yeah.
it's just there's no off day. It's just gonna be a blast. And I
Well, I
feel
mean,
like,
they did do that one off
yeah,
day. Yeah. One. They had one off day.
yeah. But I just feel like it's a banger almost every single day with them,
I
right?
agree. I agree.
I was also thinking Bugs Bunny. That's just classic. He's arguably in the Mount Rushmore of cartoon characters. You can argue that.
I think he would be the one that started it, you know?
Yeah, he's up there. But
Yeah.
speaking of Mount Rushmore, Phineas and Ferb built a Candace face structure on the Mount Rushmore.
That is true.
So that's just another thing to their collection. But yeah,
What nice brothers, man.
right? Nice little birthday present for her.
Yeah, and then she tries to get them grounded for it too.
Yeah. Candace is a snitch. You know the true story about that, right? Like it's built
Is it
off
a
a true
true story or is it a theory?
I
So
thought
I
it
feel like
was
I know where you're gonna go with this,
I
right? And
thought it
it's
was I thought it was confirmed, but it could just be a theory. But
I
my
thought it
whole
was the
thing
theory, yeah.
was like Candace in real life had schizophrenia, and that's why her mom never saw what Phineas and Ferb were doing because what she saw wasn't actually happening.
Yeah, that's also what I heard.
Also, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, theory within the
Oh, it could
theory,
be
is
Phineas's
Phineas's
mom.
dad.
Or
No,
that,
dude.
yeah. Doof definitely. Well,
uh,
that's where Phineas gets like all of his inspiration.
yeah, Doofenshmirtz.
Doof.
And
Yeah,
yeah, that was there's a lot of interesting theories coming from that show, and I'm here for it.
I agree.
But all right, let's get started with some NHL news here. Got a couple highs and very much lows. We're gonna start off with high of a career and a low of an absence. David Krejci announces his retirement after 16 years in the league. 1100, just under 1200 total games, including playoffs and regular season. 871 points and a Stanley Cup champion in 2011. Just one of those characters who carried a reputation as a solid number two centerman and was the jack of all trades and would get you 60 to 80 points in a year and was nothing more than he was he was never disappointing, but he was never out of this world. He was just a solid second centerman that everyone would take on their team. But just what are your thoughts as of David Krejci retirement kind of thing? What do you got to say about this?
It just feels like it was the whole Bergeron retiring as well. It's like,
Yeah,
all right, end of an era. We didn't get it done this year. It was one hell of a ride. Time to leave.
yeah. And I think that was the plan going into this year. Was like we're just gonna give it one last shot. They were the best regular season team of all time. And yeah, if they couldn't get it done this year, then why even try next year?
Exactly.
And I think it's going to be a massive turnaround for Boston. They're going to be a completely different team next year. Lots of exits
Hmm.
with Bergeron and mid-tier signings, but it's going to be interesting. How do you think they're going to do next year?
Oh, it could be kind of tough. I don't see them obviously being as good this upcoming year as they were the last year, but I think that's just chalk. If they
Yeah,
are anywhere, even close to playoffs, then I don't think the season's a failure,
that's fair.
obviously. But it also could be they are last, which I don't think they'll be last, obviously, in the Atlantic. But I don't think they can hold their expectations to be first.
Hmm.
I feel like that's a little bit unrealistic after the emotional offseason they've had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say definitely if they make it to playoffs, they're good.
Yeah, because the Atlantic is a very competitive division, especially with Detroit and Buffalo kind of turning a page and becoming
Mm-hmm.
more of a competitive team. Like Buffalo's kind of going in the opposite direction as Boston, as they're getting a lot more experience in a competing for the playoffs, while Boston's like we just lost a lot and didn't gain a ton. Um, so I think they're still capable of finishing like third in the Atlantic. But if they don't finish top three in the Atlantic, then with how competitive the Metro division is, it's gonna be very hard for them to make one of those wild cards. But I just think with the aura of Boston, it's so hard to see them not in the playoffs. So
Mm-hmm.
like I'm still gonna say they finish like two or three in the wild card and like get like close wins.
Yeah.
But like with Tampa, Toronto, Buffalo, Detroit, like there's still some very good team like Florida, they made to the Senate Cup. Like it's just gonna be very tough. But I think they're still capable of being in the playoffs for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. It's just how well will it end up going for them? That's the main question.
exactly. And like obviously if they like they're obviously the number one team primed for regression because they had a season like no other team has ever had. So
Uh-huh.
obviously they're not gonna I honestly don't think they're gonna have any season as close to last year's, but that's such a hard thing to ask for when they had the best season ever. So
Yes.
like I just think they can be a solid competitive team. And if the puck goes the wrong ways for them, then they could miss the playoffs. But if it goes the right ways, then they could get like the number three in the Atlantic.
I think so.
Like
And
I
I think
think
they could make that they could easily make the wild card spot, in my
yeah.
opinion.
I think it'll be hard just because it's basically next best in after the top 3, but we'll
Yeah.
see. I said they're going to be competing for it all season long, I think, unless like injuries kind of mess them up.
Hmm.
But next topic. We're sticking in the hometown, Hayden. The Canucks, they made a signing. They signed 27-year-old P.S. Suter to a 2-year, $3.2 million contract with a 1.6 and average annual value. Last year with Detroit, he had 14 goals, 10 assists in 79 games. What are your thoughts on the signing?
I think it's a solid signing. Yeah, I haven't really noticed, or I haven't really gotten the chance to like take in all of what he has
Mm-hmm.
accomplished here.
Mm-hmm.
But initial thoughts and initial like responses on Twitter were positive signs, which
Yeah.
I could imagine being a good thing then.
Yeah.
And that's how I pretty much base this one off of. I think for in depth, obviously you're gonna have more of an opinion here, but from front face value, looks good.
Yeah, I think this is a signing where I think it fits exactly what we needed. We just need a we still needed improvements in the 3C, even after signing Teddy Bluger. Like we still needed some improvements there. And I think P.S. Sutter kind of fits that mold a bit more. He has
Hmm.
a bit more like of an offensive like prowl in him. Nothing crazy. His career highs is 37 points in 82 games that he had 2 years ago.
Hmm.
But like, I don't think that's really his thing. He's gonna chip in every now and again, but like he's a solid penalty killer, and I think that kind of fits exactly what we need. So, is he gonna move the needle? Probably not. And I can probably say like he won't move the needle, but I think he'll benefit us more than be dead weight to us.
Yeah.
And with the term and the salary, it's not it's not like we signed him to a 4x4 kind of thing where it's like, okay, what the fuck are we doing here? He's like, it's going to be only 2 years. Once next year's hit, if he's not really doing his job, then he could maybe be like, hey, do you want this guy for 5 million, a fifth round cat pit, or a fifth round draft pick? Sorry, and like we'll retain half, kind of thing, where it's like have him for the last 4 months of the year and give us like a late pick kind of thing. We can kind of move off of him if we need to. But I think it's a solid signing that helps us more than deters us or weighs us down. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm when I saw it, I was like, that's solid. That's
Yeah.
solid.
And it maintains like a culture, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
keeping people like that in the building, big culture signing.
And it's not like we sound like a 36-year-old who can't move anymore. He's 27 that still has
Yeah, he
speed
still
left
has
in his
something left
game.
to prove. Yeah.
Yeah. Going to news that happened today. The Montreal Canadiens, who just traded for Jeff Petrie, a part of the Eric Carlson deal, have shipped him off to Detroit for defenseman Gustav Lindstrom and a conditional 2025 fourth round pick. The condition is it will be the later pick of Detroit or Boston. Montreal will retain 50% of Jeff Petrie's 6.25 average annual value. Quick math guy, I believe that is 3.125, if I'm not mistaken. Quick math guy, not a big deal. Very predictable trade, I think. Maybe not the pieces involved, but I don't think anyone had Jeff Petrie actually starting for Montreal come opening night. But some people did, but I think Montreal was going to do anything they could to get him off their books and just like, we don't want him. Not quite a nothing trade. Like, I think Detroit, this is bad, more of a bad move from Detroit's end than Montreal's end because Detroit has three kind of liabilities on their back end in Justin Hall, Ben Sherratt, and Jeff Petrie. Kind of three like defensive liabilities.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think good for Montreal to get like a good, solid, half decent young guy, kind of fits their timeline, and just any sort of fourth round pick, I think is half decent on their end. But do you have anything to add, Ed?
Yeah, no, it's not like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And doing this, it yeah, it doesn't it's just depth,
Yeah.
just depth. I'm
Yeah.
trying to like think of like a nicer or like a better way to word this, but it's just a depth signing.
Yeah. There's nothing really more to like pin something to this. It's just like, yeah, we kind of knew he was gonna move him off, and I hope Petrie kind of is able to find a home in Detroit. He is from Michigan,
Hmm.
so I think this is something where he'll kind of retire out of, maybe play out his contract and just retire, or sign like a once this contract expires, sign a 1 year deal and find a depth role. But yeah, I don't know. I think good on Montreal to get him off your books and get a bit younger, but yeah, kind of a nothing
Yeah,
burger to me.
yeah.
Some sad news coming out of Toronto. Um, we're gonna go to the eldest of the news. Four-time Stanley Cup champion with Toronto, Bob Baun, dies at the age of 86. He scored a historic goal with a broken ankle in 1964 Stanley Cup. Um, just a legend amongst the Leafs nation.
Hmm.
So it's always sad to see one of those go. Um, so rest in peace to Bob Baun. And sticking in Toronto, prospect Rodion Amirov dies at the age of 21
Yeah,
due
that's so
to
sad.
a brain tumor. He was the number 15. He was the 15th overall pick in the 2020 draft, and he was diagnosed with this horrific disease in February 2022. It was just, it's unbelievable that things like this happen to such young people. It's horrific.
Yeah, it's terrible to be that young and to die at such a horrific cause
Yeah.
is very, very much inhumane. And, obviously you hate hearing about it because it just kind of puts a whole new perspective on life. You think about it for a day and then you take it for granted the next time until someone that young dies again.
Yeah. It's it's terrible. Never take any minute of your life for granted because who knows what could happen the next day. Tomorrow's never promised.
Nope.
And yeah, 21, man. That's bullshit, and it's horrific to see like anyone, not just an athlete, it's celebrity, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
anyone
just,
that young.
yeah, it's terrible.
And
So,
not trying to make a joke out of it, but literally, like Master Oogway says, today is called the present for a reason because it's a gift.
yes.
So, you know, live with that as you will. And, if you want to laugh, laugh, but it's in all seriousness.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's my heart goes out, our hearts go out to the family. And may he rest in peace. It's terrible. It's terrible. But to finish off with NHL news, something kind of light, nothing crazy. Kale McCarr announced as the NHL 24 cover athlete. Um, good friend of the show, Michael Bartner, he raised a decent point saying, wouldn't a good year to bring him on as the cover athlete be when he's the
When he
Norris
wins the Norris.
wins the Norris, Conn Smythe, and Stanley Cup, as opposed to miss only playing like 66 games and like finishing second in voting or third in voting.
Yeah, but instead give it to Trevor Zegras, right? Who, oh, Michigan boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had the exact same thought when I saw that he was going to be the cover athlete.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I get it, but why wasn't he the cover athlete last year?
yeah. Like I would have given it to someone like Jack Hughes or something who did something, or like Jack Eichel, who
Yeah.
I honestly like.
No, Jack Eichel's going to be on next year's Jeff. Okay.
Oh yeah, because he won the Stanley Cup this
Yeah,
year.
exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I found it kind of weird because I always find like some significance in like the year that just happened, or like Matthew Tkachuk. He
Hmm.
like I know he didn't win anything, but like
But
he
he had
with
such a great story and run in these playoffs.
exactly, and like the narrative behind him after like a year after the sign and trade, wanting out of Calgary, goes to Florida. Expectations were like Calgary won the trade by a mile, overpayment for Kachuk. He only got those points because of Goudreau, and then finishes third in Hart voting and carries his team to the Cup final and plays a game and a half with a broken sternum. Like I
Yeah.
just think like it would have been valid to throw him on there. Hell, put him on with Brady, and then the legendary edition can be him and Keith Kachuk, like his like the
His dad.
yeah, like something like that. I feel like, and then like Kale McCarr, like next time he wins a Norris, which might be next year, just like put him on the cover then.
Yeah.
Or a popular pick, a lot of people thought it was going to be Rasmus Dahlin. He had a huge step up this year, and I think he kind of cemented himself as to this is the reason why I was drafted number one overall.
Yeah.
Skill type, like he's gonna be really fucking good here on out, like solidified top 10 defenseman going forward. And a lot of people picked him. But yeah, I don't know, kind of like a year late on a Kale McCarr cover, but I still think he's gonna be worthy at some point to be the cover athlete.
It's so funny because you could argue McDavid should just be the cover athlete like every year. The same way Mahomes should be the cover athlete every year in Madden because it's
And
like
yeah,
it's like he just had one of the most insane seasons to ever have happened
and he
in
was
the like the present era of hockey, you know?
and he wasn't even thought of.
He wasn't even thought of, you know? It was just like it's just yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But no, I totally agree. They should have given it to someone, on the up and coming, someone I think Chuck would have been a great cover athlete. Or the Legend Edition, you know, make it like if they really want to fucking milk the Boston fan base, make it like Krejci and
Bergeron.
Marchand and Bergeron, like one of them like all hugging.
So, a lot of people are saying is do the Swayman Allmark hug that they do after every game, after
Dude,
every win. That would be a cool cover.
see, that would be a sick cover,
That'd be cool, actually.
especially as like you said with the narrative thing, right?
Yeah.
Like best season all time. There's so many moments in hockey's like a hockey season where you could be like that, that, that should be the cover. Fuck.
You know what would be a dope cover?
Hmm.
I don't know if you saw this photo, but it was after Vegas won the cup. They were celebrating, and they were celebrating in what looked like a heart shape behind the net, and Jonathan Marchessault was just looking up, screaming. Have you seen that photo?
No, let me try and look it up right now.
Yo, it was one of the best like candid shots I've ever seen. It was like taken from above, and it was just Marchessault just screaming up, like looking up in the air. He is the Conn Smythe winner of Vegas winning the cup. He was one of the misfits. That would have been a dope cover.
Let's see. I don't even know what to like search
Type.
up EA
I'm just gonna
cover.
do like Marcia So Cup
Like I'm just getting all NHL.
celebration photo. And then I'll like send it to you if I
Ah, fuck, I can't.
see it.
I can't find
It
it.
yeah, it's like
It'd have to be on like Twitter or something.
here, I'll save it and send it to you.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Already?
Yeah, I beat you, bro.
God damn.
It's not exactly what I was like describing, but I'll send it over Facebook just in case it isn't. Let me know if you
Okay.
get it.
I should.
It's
Facebook
sent.
Messenger, right?
I texted to you, but my images are being
Oh,
dumb that way.
got it. Oh, it was removed. Oh yeah,
Like it's
that
not
would
a
have been
heart shape exactly, but isn't that such a dope photo? Like he's
like the photo itself is such a sick
yeah,
photo. He's the only one looking up.
yeah. And like he's the Conn Smythe winner. Like that would have been
That's
a dope photo, low key. Like that could have been like
absolutely,
one of the special editions one, or like that would have just been a cool uh cover, in my opinion. And I'm like,
absolutely,
and you know me, I fucking hate that Vegas one, but I saw that photo trending on Twitter, and I'm like, damn,
I
that was fire.
mean, you gotta give it to it, right?
Yeah,
Like the I know you're gonna hate it too, but like the Josh Allen Madden cover, I think that was absolutely sick. That
I haven't
just
even seen it.
you haven't even seen?
No,
Oh my god.
I
Here.
know.
Do
I
I
just
have
realized. I just heard that he was a cover athlete, and I haven't even like
Oh, well
seen.
search it up, man. Like it's such a perfect representation of what Buffalo is. Like I love that they're going about it a different way from like their past NFL
Yeah, it
covers.
should be a Bills Mafia putting someone through the table. That's
I
what
mean,
it
if
should
it's
be.
gonna be
Oh, is it
Buffalo,
is it the one with just his head down?
uh,
Like that one? That's the regular edition, right?
oh yeah, that's the
There's
fucking regular.
there's
Yeah, the
one the
deluxe
deluxe
edition.
one. He's like jumping into
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
Lambo leaping, kind of.
yeah. Fuck, it's the
No,
deluxe
no,
edition.
no. That's fire, 100%. And I even think like this one's like pretty dope.
Oh, it's pretty
But
sick.
if they wanted to do legendary edition, just go to take picture of tailgate and someone jumping off the top of a truck onto a table. That should be the legendary edition.
I agree.
That would have been fire.
I agree. Yeah, but to to do this
This
with
one
all of their
sucks. This one sucks.
I I don't think that one's real.
No,
Surely.
I know. It's just a
Oh,
mock-up, but I'm like, I'm so glad they didn't do something like that. Like at least this one's pretty cool, like him walking out of the tunnel. That one's pretty
absolutely.
dope. But
Yeah. No, there's a like some of the ways that the covers were done. I hate it when it's just like a generic like how a player should stand or some shit like that. But then on Madden 20, you get Mahomes and Brady.
yeah.
I
Just
love that one. That one I was like, oh, you're passing the torch, you know?
yeah. The worst one I think I've seen in a while is the Austin Matthews one, NHL 20, where it was him. Search up the NHL 20 cover and I'll let you kind of reveal it if you forget it.
Oh, it's just him smiling.
Him smiling with a purple background. Like how trash is that?
That's terrible.
That's very like anticlimactic. A pretty dope cover was PK Subban NHL 19.
Let's see that one.
If you remember his celly, like that one was kind of dope.
Oh yeah, yeah, going like along the ground.
Yeah,
I
like
feel like
that's kind of fire, but what I like about Kale McCarr's is the action
the
shot, like
ice, yeah, the
the
action shot.
action
Yeah,
shot.
they actually use him, you know,
Yeah.
for it. Yeah, it's a cool like Sally. It's a cool picture, but I like how they actually use pictures from or like
Yeah.
try to make it look like it's taken as an action shot, you
Yeah.
know?
But like I think NHL 21 or like EA Sports 21 22, I think. Like it was COVID year, so they just had to use like standard photos off the
Hmm.
internet kind of thing because like they couldn't get together and shoot a cover. So I think they just kind of had to make a maybe just like NHL 21, FIFA 21. Was Madden 21 the Mahomes Brady one? Was that 21? Or was that
Um,
22?
I think it's 22.
What was 21?
Yeah, Madden 22. Lamar was 21.
I need to see that cover real quick.
The Lamar one, he's just in like the generic quarterback pose, like this, and then the deluxe edition
Yeah,
with the black and
so
white.
yeah, so I think like that was like COVID year. So they couldn't
Yeah,
get together and shoot the covers, so they just had to pull images and make like an edit
but see,
out of
there's so many other but better ones. Like I'm just looking up like Madden 21 cover, and someone did
their
like their
own.
own, and here I'll send you a picture because this looks fire, man. Why can't EA do this with their fucking pictures, bro? This looks absolutely sick. Okay, right there. Okay, sent it to you.
Skis. Yeah, like that's fire. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Look, EA needs to hire these people, bro.
For realsies. For real.
Someone's doing it right, man.
But yeah, Cale Makar probably wouldn't have gone with him, but like I'm not surprised they went with him because he's the best defenseman in the NHL. So he's gonna get a cover at some point. I just hope at some point when Sid retires, he gets a cover because I think he's come out and said that he doesn't want to do it while he's still playing. Um, so I just hope that we get a Sidney Crosby cover at some point.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
And if it isn't the Winter Classic picture of him celebrating the shootout winner in the snow, I'm gonna be upset.
That has to
But
definitely be like a legend edition one right
yeah,
there.
so
Yeah.
we got to get a Crosby cover if he grants it. But Aiden, you got some NFL news,
Sure
and
do.
one of them I'm very happy with. So why don't you
Hell
kick us
yeah.
off?
All right. NFL preseason week 1. Woo-hoo! I don't want to like toot I don't want to toot horns, okay, but we just beat the defending Super Bowl champs. So
Oh my god.
I don't want to say like we're winning the Super Bowl this year,
Yeah,
but
that's confirmed.
let me just blow my load first. I watched the highlights, didn't buy the zone or NFL Game Pass or whatever that shit. Um because it's like, oh, they're only gonna play one drive, and then I could probably just find a stream somewhere. I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, this streaming service has replay. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try that. But uh if I could just blow my load, holy fucking shit. That was a methodical drive by the Saints. Alvin Kamara looks juiced. Juwan Johnson looks like an actual threat. Mismatch, I'd say. Michael Thomas, he's back. Still getting double covered. And
Confirmed killer.
and the targets, I think Carr targeted 6 people on 8 throws.
Yes, it's it
He had 6 completions, 8 incompletions, but he had,
6 different receivers.
yeah, he targeted 6 different receivers. Like he had one to Olave, who didn't catch the ball or thrown incomplete. I didn't see that part, but the touchdown pass that he had to Kirkwood, like he just like sidearm like shot it so methodical right into his arms. Jameis Winston as a backup is just unfucking fair. Like that's the type of shit where you're like, Jameis Winston could be a starting quarterback, but then you're like, oh wait, he's playing against
Third string.
backups.
Yeah.
Yeah. AT Perry looks like an absolute problem. Uh,
Jake Hainer had a good showing, 10 for 17, touchdown and a pick. I didn't see
yeah,
the pick,
the
but
first pick was bad. It was on his first drive. Very rookie mistake, but dude, that guy is a fucking cannon.
I
Absolute cannon.
and I remember when I think I was talking to you. I can't remember who else was on, but I told you when like I watched Elite 11, his
Yeah,
high
you
school
saw
year.
Jake Hanner, right?
I saw him and he committed to Washington,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to a Huskies game, and I saw him on the sideline. I was like, "That's pretty cool." Like, I see him there, but he wasn't starting at that point, and then he transferred
To
to
Fresno.
was it Fresno?
Yeah, Fresno, because
Um,
that's where Derek Carr went.
and in the Elite 11, everyone was saying pound for pound, he has the best throw in this camp because he was the smallest guy and he was like 6'1", which fucking pissed me off because I was like, oh, the smallest guy is 6'1".
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he had the best throw pound for pound. Smallest guy, but he could throw the ball well. And
Mm-hmm.
from what I've heard on Saints Twitter and Twitter in general, is that his arm looked NFL caliber.
Oh, absolutely.
Like his arm looked dynamite. But
Absolutely.
just like every rookie in their preseason start made a rookie mistake.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
like the top like the
Anthony
first
Richardson, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud
they all made a
all
fucking
had
interception
an interception.
and all three of those guys just got announced QB1. So it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's
So,
like it's gonna happen, man.
yeah. No, I agree. And it's their first NFL action. You
Yeah.
know, they're trying to make a presence on the field
They gotta make
and
a play. Yeah.
trying to make a play, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I and the defense, holy fuck, man. Marcus May looks like a coverage and hitting machine.
Does my dynasty pick of Saints defense look good?
I mean, I said that last year, and
You said they were going to be one of the greatest defenses of all
they
time
came
last year.
30th in takeaways, but like the whole season was just, oh my God. That's why I'm not trying to like say anything, but like you just I don't understand how, you only get three interceptions the whole year when you had absolute dogs.
Yeah.
But no, and then with Dennis Allen, I just thought the defense would be a lot more heightened.
Yeah.
But I think it was because of an unpotent offense that New Orleans had. Defense never got a rest any game. The only one that they did was against Las Vegas, where they shut out the Raiders 24-0.
Shout out.
So I think your dynasty pick for the Saints will be good. Um,
My projection for them, I'm going to give you a projection right now,
all right.
and it's going to nail perfect.
Oh,
They're going
perfect.
to finish as the 14th best defense in fantasy.
All right,
I, th-
14th.
I think it's a respectable number after
Well,
finishing.
if that's the case, you should drop them and pick up the 12th best because then that'll be better.
Yeah, but sometimes people keep two defenses like Harry.
That's true. That's true.
So sometimes I can't.
Or me on auto draft when I had to unfortunately go for a date at like my second
Yeah,
year.
you drafted four defenses, three kickers, one wide receiver, and four quarterbacks.
Oh, okay. One wide receiver.
Yeah.
Calm down. Calm down. No, but that was the Saints game. With the Patriots game,
Malik
some
Cunningham.
positives. Yeah, some positive. That was probably one of the coolest things ever. Was out catching passes and then went out to throw passes. It was
Yeah,
like
like
he was like the smaller Black Taysom Hill.
yeah, and like a pro day Kent State Julian Edelman doing catching passes
Both.
and
Yeah,
throwing like he was kind of doing everything.
absolutely.
So, yeah, I unfortunately got home from work late that Thursday because I went grocery shopping for our camping trip and then they their game was done by the time I got home, so I didn't really get a chance to watch a ton of it,
Hmm.
but I didn't really notice that there's a ton I missed. But I watched some Malik Cunningham highlights and he looked absolutely dynamic. and I'm surprised that no one even took a chance on a guy like him. But I really hope that he makes a roster spot. I think we'll probably take him over Trace McSorley if I had to pick.
Just
And
yeah.
like, because I can't remember our depth chart 100%, but I'm not confirmed. I'm pretty sure Brian Hoyer went somewhere else, right?
I'm
Like I
not
think,
entirely sure.
I think Bailey Zappi's backing up.
Yeah, he is.
So I think Malik Cunningham battling for that QB2 position and potentially, um, who knows how Mac Jones fares, but maybe QB1 to see how he plays. But I think we'll start Mac Jones for sure. Yeah, Trace McSorley is the third string, but if Malik Cunningham keeps playing the way he's playing, then I definitely think you can make it over him.
Mhm.
Um, but just based on like age, and I think Belichick would be more likely to take a chance on someone new than someone who's been on a few teams and hasn't been able to land.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I do.
and maybe hey, we keep Trace McSorley as the third, throw Malik Cunningham as as a receiver because we don't have any,
There you
and
go.
then if one of them goes down, then hey, Malik Cunningham, we don't have to run into a San Francisco situation where we're starting Kyle Juszczyk at quarterback and handing it off to Christian McCaffrey. So, no, I'm excited to see what the Patriots are made of this year. Um, I had not high expectations, but expectations of them to impress people because a lot of people have them at around 500, and I was like, I feel like we could be very like competitive to win some low scoring games to potentially battle for like top two in the division. But we're in one of the tightest, hardest divisions in football.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be like we could be 10-7 and finish last kind of situation
Hmm.
and not make it. But
Yeah, no,
um
the AFC East is easily what I think is going to be the hardest division this year.
it's just so much going on, especially with the recent signing. So um enough about that. We got some QB1 announcements and some signings. So why don't you take that away?
Yes, so quarterback one announcements, obviously CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, uh
Anthony
Anthony
Richardson,
Richardson, yeah, and I think
Brock
that's
Purdy.
it.
I'm pretty sure Brock Purdy was announced as QB1.
Was he announced or was he? Yeah,
I
I guess
think
he was just kind
I
of
think
delegated, or was just Trey Lance just said, "Yeah, you're not starting."
I heard I heard that I think Kyle Shanahan came out and said that like Brock Purdy basically has it not like locked in, but like it's kind of his to lose, and that Trey Lance and Sam Darnold are battling for QB2.
Hmm.
So I and like it was basically praising like Brock Purdy makes mistakes if he wants to make them. Like he trusts the offense more in his hands than anyone else. So I feel like why would he say something like that and go away from him as the starting job? Maybe saying that to motivate the other quarterbacks, but I think it's kind of between Trey Lance and Sam Darnold for QB2, which uh
Not good.
not good for a number 3 overall pick.
No.
Mind
Oh,
you, coming back from a horrific broken ankle, but
not looking good. He
yeah.
doesn't have his athleticism to lean on.
Yeah.
Uh, but the Jaguars actually have a new starting quarterback too, Jeff.
Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah, confirmed.
Kid
Nathan Rourke.
Canada. Kid Canada.
Holy moly. Up for play of the year debate, and it's only preseason.
Yeah, putting the world on notice.
That was that like yeah, it's preseason. Say that all you want. That was one of the best quarterbacking plays I've seen in my goddamn life. He
Got it.
breaks four tackles, and while he's being tackled, he throws a goddamn touchdown pass
Dime.
against the Dallas Cowboys defense.
And when I first, sorry to cut you off quickly, when I saw it from the first angle, I thought the guy was kind of waiting wide open and Nathan Rourke hit him late. No, Nathan Rourke led him
Mm-hmm.
to, like, the receiver was still on the move, and Nathan Rourke's like oh, I'm gonna throw it to where he isn't yet.
Yeah,
To make that throw under pressure, drop it right over the DB's back, throw a dime while
man.
his ACL is hanging on by a thread because he has a 300-pound guy landing on him in such an awkward position. It was saying that it made me proud as a
Mhm.
Vancouver native because I'm like, that's our fucking guy. MOP last year. If he wasn't, was he still MOP even though he got hurt?
No, he wasn't MOP. He
So
was
fucking
Canadian of the year though.
okay. Maybe that's it. But like he would have if he didn't
He
get
would
hurt.
have. He would have
Clearly,
easily.
he was breaking every record by week 11 or however many weeks there are. Like, no, and he got a shout out from PMT this week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Big Cat fucked up the teams, but he still got a shout out.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean new starter for
Yeah,
Dallas?
and like I know Dak. No, he was like, yeah, he's better than Dak Prescott, and I thought he was just saying that, throwing shade at Dak
That's what I
Prescott.
thought he was saying
Yeah, I
too.
just thought he was throwing shade at him, and I'm like, true. But then no, he literally thought he was on Dallas for a second. But simple mistake. We all make them. But no, Nathan Rourke. It's just after that throw, it's like you said, Hayden. He would have won that Tampa job if he just signed with Tampa.
Right? You're in the same goddamn state, and all the reports from Tampa are Baker Mayfield looked okay. Kyle Trask felt the pressure. And it's like, the fuck does that mean, man?
and
Nathan
all
Rourke felt the pressure right on his fucking balls.
and also, did you see him drop it in that elevated bucket? Like you
Yeah,
know how they have
yeah,
QB
yeah.
competitions? There's like 3 buckets stacked on top of each other, and Nathan Rourke just dropped an
Drops it
absolute
right in there.
dime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Nathan
no,
Rourke
this,
is going to be the MVP this year, and it's no question.
yeah, definitely MVP of preseason so far.
No, just MVP, man.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna
the
win.
first time a backup has
Yo,
ever won the MVP.
yeah. Off the play in the preseason, doesn't he? He hasn't played first MVP to never play in the regular season. What?
Yeah, no, it was good. But some little news, I guess. Also I guess we should keep it in the rounds here. Um Speaking of passings and way too young of passings, Alex Collins,
This one hit me like a Mike Tyson upper punch. I was like, where
this
the fuck did this come from?
this was just right out of left field yesterday. Uh Amazing running back, who had his moments of greatness shined on the biggest spotlights, whether it was in college or in the NFL. This guy was a service back, and he got shit done. He was the ground and pound dirty guy
Yeah, he was solid everywhere he went, dude.
everywhere. Whether it be the Seahawks or the Ravens, just way out of left field,
Yeah.
tragic motorcycle accident.
Was it a
Uh
motorcycle accident? I never found the
Yeah, the
cause.
the NFL news says it's a motorcycle accident.
Fuck,
So
that's terrible, man.
yeah, no, it's absolutely awful. So absolutely hate to see that. 28 years of age.
Famous 4th and 25 or 4th and 19 play
Yep,
for Nebraska.
yep, that was just an electric play. There's some plays you just have to rewatch no matter how
Yeah,
many times. That is one of them.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's such a sad. So rest in peace. Hearts go out to the family.
absolutely. Uh, but obviously keeping on with the running backs, we got a couple of signings.
Yes,
The
sir.
Patriots sign ex-Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott back in the big back in the big 1-5 jersey as well.
Yes, sir. The 1-5 is
Woo!
live.
Now, I know we've talked about it, but a 1-year deal worth up to 6 mil.
3 guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah, and all he's going to be doing is the pass catching. This is just like this is amazing. This is the super best time to buy low on Ramondre Stevenson. In my
Yeah.
in my opinion as well for like fantasy football.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. It's gonna be interesting to see him only in pass catching situations. Um, I love Ramondre Stevenson. But I kind of pictured like Zeke coming in as like a Damian Harris replacement where they both kind of fed off each other's energies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like Zeke might get more like 3rd and 1s, 4th and inches, maybe goal line looks. But I still think like if Zeke is on not like a limited play count, but like if he's only come in for like 10, like around 15 touches, I still think he can bring the energy. He had 875 yards last year. Like that's not a bad number to put up at all. Like I still think he's got some juice left in the tank. I just don't think he can be the bell cow guy that he was his first few years in the league. So I think coming in as the number 2 guy behind Ramondre in that Damian Harris Ramondre dual threat kind of backfield by committee, that I think this could take a load off of Mac Jones's back
Mm-hmm.
and kind of follow the Patriot system still, while maybe Mac Jones can kind of air it out a bit more as Pat Saints hopes. So if we had no running back and we're like, all right, relying on Zeke as our guy, I'd be like, I don't know if that can happen, but I think Ramondre's one of the more not necessarily slept on running backs in the league because I still think he's starting to get his shine, but I still think Ramondre can be a really good running back this year, and Zeke coming in as that secondary guy, I think
Mm.
could be like give no defense a lot of rest, and so I'm excited about the signing, and it's such a low risk signing that
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Mm-hmm.
excited to see what he brings to the table.
Yeah. No, I am too. I can't wait to see Zeke in a new area. I think this could be good for him. And
Yeah.
if he plays well, then he probably gets the Jamal Williams contract next year for himself, to a team that's looking to compete.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Uh Another running back, Dalvin Cook, is finally a New York Jet.
Yes, confirmed now.
Yep, confirmed. I like the move. Michael Carter, rest in peace.
It might be time for him to let him go off my team.
I would let him go, pick up a young running back, stash him because yeah, that's absolutely tough news for Michael Carter. Because Dalvin Cook, he's just gonna feed in that offense.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Jets are looking like a true contender if they weren't already.
Yeah.
But now that they've, kind of solidified their running back situation with Brees Hall still kind of getting off of the ACL tear, then whew, I cannot wait for any AFC East game. Monday night, dude, Monday Night Football. Oh, the first game, the Bills versus the Jets.
Bro, I did not know it was Dalvin James Cook versus James Dalvin Cook.
You
Like
didn't know that?
I didn't
You
know
didn't
their
know it was
first and middle.
intertwined?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
their parents are so unoriginal.
so
Holy shit.
unoriginal. I saw that like as soon as James Cook was drafted, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is terrible.
Hey, that's like these 2 kids I went to high school with.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Rajan, Rajun, and his younger brother's name is Arjun, Arg, or Arjun. They just flipped the R and
Flip
the
the A and the
A,
A. Oh my god, man.
flipped the R and the A, and it was just like perfect. And I'm just like, get creative.
Do something, man.
Yeah, but no,
Fuck
that's gonna
sakes.
be every matchup's gonna be electric. Um, I think it would have been like more electric if the brothers dueled up in Buffalo, like James and Dalvin, because I feel like there'd be a menace on every team, like running
Mm-hmm.
back wise. But yeah, I mean, the Jets have Dalvin Cook and Brees Hall as a backfield.
RB
They
two.
got Sauce Gardner as a solid cornerback. They have a happy Aaron Rodgers,
Mm-hmm.
which that could be
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, it's
You
just
know, Alan Lazard,
an
Randall
under
Cobb.
an underrated Corey Davis. If he's like when he's throwing the ball, like he showed that he played good 2 years ago, the year before Garrett Wilson. Like he showed that
Yeah.
he had a decent year, but I don't know if he's gonna make much of an impact. But no, the Jets could have like a season of when Odell went to the Browns where they disappoint, or
Mm-hmm.
they could be truly what they're seen as a solid like
I,
AFC
s-
East contender, could go
I
on a playoff
saw
run.
a video, and it was kind of a comparison of the Broncos and the Jets. And it was
Yeah,
like the first one was like sign a bottoming and out quarterback, have an up and coming receiver from his rookie year to his sophomore year, and then it was
Sertain
um
and Gardner.
yeah, have a young, energetic second year rookie with a rising defense, and then both were hired Nathaniel Hackett as a coach, and I was like, well, that's the low hanging fruit, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
But I
Uh,
mean, like, there's such things as good coordinators, but they're not good coaches, and I think that might be a Hackett
Nathaniel
thing.
Hackett. Yep,
And like
I
that's
agree.
okay. You just got to know that you're not a good coach and don't try
Mm-hmm.
it. I know it's the
Exactly.
life goal for coordinators to be a coach and like to be a coach in your respective position, but just don't.
It just learn your place, man.
Yeah, know your
Uh,
place.
now two more things. Cowboys Zach Martin finally agreed to a rework deal. Ends
Perfect.
holdout, gets an extra 8.5 million over the next 2 years. Well deserved. Yeah, but holy fuck, man. Like you were making $13 million. Now
So
you're
he's
making
only
like
he's only making 8 over the next two. So
well
like
8.5 more million, like on top of the 13. So it's like it averages out to somewhere around like 17, 18 mil.
a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So great. Yeah, you finally got your guard back. Hopefully, you know, he still maintains that high level, which I think he will, but you never know.
I
He's
personally
aged.
think that Dallas should have paid him sooner because I think it's a worse it's a risk worth willing to take on keeping a guard like him happy
Yep, your
because
best guard ever.
he's a fucking Hall of Famer and it's like if you don't have a guard protecting your quarterback, you don't it's just like it's important to have him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like I'd be willing to overpay and risk him being healthy the next 2 years, playing at a super high level for our team, than him being unhappy and not playing and then saving X amount of dollars when I have
Yeah.
more than enough juice to pay it.
Yeah.
So I would have done it sooner. But
And the last thing, sticking with the lineman, Michael O'Hare, former
this
NFL tackle known
my
for the blind side, is suing the family that adopted him.
this is
Um,
interesting.
Before we get on to it,
It's also Michael Orr.
I said O'Hare, didn't I?
Yes, you did. It's okay
Yeah,
though. It's okay.
I
This is
know.
this is why I'm here for you, baby. It
I got it. I got it
and
now.
and it's the Tui family, I believe, but it's like it's a very confusing way to spell Tui. It's like
Yeah,
Toehey.
I've seen Tuohy.
Yeah, and that's just
S.
yeah, the Tuies. I think it's Tui from the movie, but I could get that wrong. Who fucking
Yeah.
knows?
I also heard AI pronounce it as two hoys, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Two
Uh
boys. Yeah.
so before we get into the deep dive, it did come out a while ago that he says he hated how he was portrayed in the film as looking like an absolute imbecile.
Mm-hmm.
Why he didn't come out and say that the Tuies never adopted him before this is kind of shocking to me
Yeah,
because, you know, now that he said that, everyone felt blindsided by this information.
but so,
Absolutely.
and like, if I'm not mistaken, when you're writing like a biopic, don't all parties that are portrayed in the biopic need to be asked permission about the story?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, they don't. James
That's
Cameron actually is one of like the biggest pieces of shit because in Avatar, he got either it was him or he got someone to go and like study like certain native tribes and just took all of the like knowledge he gained without thanking any of the families or asking for their consent for the movie.
gotcha.
So you don't really need to do that, apparently.
I thought if it was like something like that where you're using specific characters' names from like a story that was like very popular, I thought it had to be like, can we like use your name and
Name.
story in
Hmm.
this for us to make
The
money
same
off
way
of?
Bill Belichick doesn't let EA use his name for Madden.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd kind of think at least because then it just kind of looks weird when you sue them. Um, so basically, the Tuohys used his name, started that movie, and made money off that movie, and or has never seen a dollar,
Is that
which
what it
is,
is?
and I think that's exactly
I thought it was nothing involved with the movie. We should.
here. I'll read a little here. Um, Michael Orr, the former NFL tackle known for the movie The Blind Side, filed a petition Monday in a Tennessee probate court accusing Sean and Leigh Ann Toohey of lying to him and by having him sign papers making them his conservators rather than his adoptive parents nearly 2 decades ago. In the petition filed Monday in Shelby County Probate Court, Orr asked a conversation or a conversatorship to be terminated along with asking for a full accounting of the money earned off the use of his name and story. He also asked to be paid what he is due along with interest. Orr, who has never been a fan of the movie his life, also asks in the petition that the Tuohys be sanctioned and required to pay both compensatory and punitive damages determined by the court.
Yeah, so like they were kind of just using his name and like bringing him into his family as like to make more money off of his name, and then he's petitioned for his part of the cut in the movie itself on top of that. If I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like that's insane if that's like if this all comes out and that's true. That's crazy.
Absolutely, it is because we've all seen the movie.
Yeah,
It's one of the
one of the most
best,
popular sports biopics out there.
absolutely, and the fact that it could be all a lie is just insane to some people because Michael Orr is a true inspiration. He they portrayed him as a real like dummy who didn't know anything. He
Mm-hmm.
knew some things, but he definitely didn't have the 4.0 GPA, what was needed to go into college. And this is it just looks so bad for this family if this is real because Sandra Bullock played an amazing role.
She won an Oscar for it, if I'm not mistaken.
She did. And I don't know. Obviously, she's gonna probably feel still good about it, like she's an amazing actress. But you ever wonder if people are like, oh, well, now I just kind of feel like this is a fraudulent Oscar because it's not real. It didn't happen like this.
Yeah,
It's happening in such a light where it makes the Tuohys look like they're the godsend to this elite athlete.
Yeah.
who's a 1 in a million chance.
Yeah.
And it just looks like they, exposed him to a wrong light. And, obviously it's just not a good look for this family.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's I kind of understand what you're saying about like Sandra Bullock's situation, because it's like, did she know that this story was like fraudulent? But like also she's just there to like bring money in for herself, and
Mm-hmm.
she could have just been given a script and been like, this is the story behind it. She'd been like, oh, that's nice, yeah, I'm in, and then just like done what she was told, did a fantastic job, and then it'd be like, I didn't know that this was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see what like she might feel, but also like she has nothing to fucking do with any of this. So it's like, why
No.
should she feel guilty in any certain way? Because it's like, hey, I just like the script that was told. Was it fraudulent? Sure, but a lot of movies are made up anyway. Like a lot of true biopics
Yeah, are kind
are
of bended.
like in Moneyball, Jonah Hill's character didn't exist.
He didn't exist.
So it's like a lot of biopics aren't true to the T.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, are you gonna get at Billy Bean and Jonah Hill for that, or
Yeah.
from Brad Pitt? So yeah, no, like, to go back to the point, it's, if this is like completely true, then this is insane
Mm.
and fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But we'll see how that story plays out. But
for
other than
sure.
that, that is my piece on the NFL.
Julio. Julio. Do we have anything planned for an end of episode game? I asked if he had any ideas because I did not have any ideas. Or did you just want to cut it and be like, all right, this is it?
You know what? A game? Maybe not. But Jeff, we didn't do question of the week, man.
Yeah, we did. Favorite cartoon character.
Oh yeah, that's right, we did.
Best friend cartoon character.
Oh my
But I
God.
do have something that we can do.
I'm dude, this heat, man.
No,
Like I
it's not gonna be long. It's not gonna take long, trust me.
No, no, no. I'm saying like this heat is just making me fucking forget like that we did the
Oh.
question of the week.
Yeah. Yeah,
God.
that's funny. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, we
I
did.
said Mr. Krabs, actually.
Yes. There we go.
Ugh.
All right. So we are gonna draw a random movie and have to review it next week.
Oh, let's go.
So I'll let you pick one part of the filter.
What
Which
part of the
genre movie do you want? I'll let you pick the genre.
Oh, just got really dark.
Actually,
Bang.
no.
Oh,
We're
I don't
gonna
get to pick the genre.
No, you don't.
Okay, just completely random movie.
Yeah, completely random movie.
I like it.
I'll do 3 random movies that'll come up, and then you have to pick a number from 1 to 3. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna pick, yeah. Okay, generate. Boom. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. Got it.
All right.
1 to 3.
1 to 3, eh?
Yeah.
Um, thinking. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mother says, "Do you catch the very best one?" And you are not it too.
Johnny English Reborn.
Johnny English Reborn.
Yeah. Obviously with Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson. I don't think it's
Nice
that.
comedy action. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I don't think it's actually. It might be the second version of a Uno, like Johnny English and then Johnny English Reborn.
Okay.
But Have you seen it? You haven't seen this
I
movie.
haven't. I haven't seen it. I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the Wikipedia about it right now.
Yeah. I haven't seen this movie, so we're gonna watch it and then we're gonna just do a quick review about it next week.
I Why do I feel like this is just a James Bond
Oh, like a
like
mock-up.
spoof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I kind of get that vibe
Hey,
off it as well.
3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, it's a 6.2 out of 10. So,
God damn. What did Rotten Tomatoes give this shit?
I don't know.
I don't know any other actor on here other than Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, Sam. It might be like I'll know him when I see him in like a movie.
Do you know Dominic West?
For some reason, that name sounds familiar, but I might be thinking of Dominic Fike, and I think he's an artist. So,
Yeah, Dominic Fest. Oh, he played in The Wire, a TV series, Chicago, Tomb Raider, and The Forgotten.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our movie this week. We have to watch it. And
All right.
we'll kind of do a quick 5-minute talk about it next week.
All right.
Hey, it's always a time, brother. Where can the people find you?
On Instagram and Twitter at Hayden_Barton.
Follow myself on Instagram at Jevon.Lefave. Also, very frustrated. Tried to change my Instagram handle to Jevon Lefave, no dot. And it said an account is already using this. Knowing my old Instagram account was Jevon Lefave, go to search up a Jevon Lefave, and my account pops up Jevon.Lefave. So there's no action. If there's an account using Jevon Lefave, then my old account should come up, if I'm not mistaken. So why can't I go back to it? I have no idea because it was probably deactivated.
Probably.
So annoying. I just want that one, but whatever. Jevon.Lefave is where you can find me on Twitter, Jevon Lefave. Find everything for the show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, leftsideheavy_. And I'm going to put this video up on YouTube. It's going to happen. I think I took an 8-episode break from doing that. So yeah. But thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. And we will see you next time. Peace.